Up, Star Wars CCG fans? Been a minute since I posted a video. It's not because I haven't been playing. I've definitely been playing a lot, especially online and playing on GEMP. So the retro league started up, I guess about 6-7 weeks ago again. For 2023. It's actually the reason that I started playing online last year, about a year ago. And it's, I don't know, it's older formats from the 90s, when Decipher was making the card game. And anyway, really fun. I enjoyed it a lot. We just got done with the Premier to Hoth format. I ended up going 4-2, had really good tiebreakers, and ended up 9th place out of 55 players. So next we've got a Premier to Endor format, and it is a format that just does not see play. I mean, really there's probably hasn't been an event for it since probably 1998, whenever Endor came out. And I'm sure a lot of people are kind of wondering, what should we do about decks for this league? So I wanted to just kind of give a little assistance here. I would say without a doubt, everything is really going to revolve around Throne Room mains. It's a light side deck, and it's just really powerful. It's going to be the most powerful. It's going to be the most common light side deck without a doubt. And if you can't do well against it, you're not going to do well in this league. And so because of that, all the dark side decks are probably going to revolve around being good against Throne Room mains. So you really need to play a deck for dark side that is going to be good against Throne Room mains. So I'll go over this deck, and then I've got a few cards, dark side cards here at the end that I'll share that you're going to probably want to. They're going to be very popular. You're probably going to want to use during this format in your dark side deck as well, because you're going to see a lot of Throne Room mains. I guarantee you, 3 rounds of dark side, you're probably going to see 2 Throne Room main decks at least in those 3 rounds. So anyway, let's start off with Throne Room mains, just kind of the deck, what it is. So your starting location is going to be the Yavin 4 Massassi Throne Room. And nice thing about this one is that it lets you, light side, start the game first if this is your starting location. So you're playing the Throne Room, and then you're going to play a starting interrupt. This is probably going to be the version that most people are going to play. There'll be some twists to this, of course. Not everybody's deck list is going to be exactly the same. But this is the nudge version. So you're going to start off with careful planning, which allows you to deploy 2 of these diamond locations to play. And so you're going to pick your 2 locations are going to be the farm, mostly because that gives you 2 force, gives your opponent 1 force. And the other location is going to be the swamp. And the reason for the swamp is because the swamp allows you to deploy once per turn, deploy a creature from your reserve deck. And that is that's how we're going to play nudges. So kind of the plan is you're going to get out these 2 locations right away. You're going first. First thing you're going to do first turn is you're going to go get a nudge with the swamp. Maybe you move it over to the farm. Maybe you keep it at the swamp, but then second turn, you're going to go get your second nudge, hopefully. And that way swamp. So what nudge does is it absorbs, temporarily cancels 1 dark side force icon present. So when you get the nudge out to those locations, it takes away the dark side force location. So dark side does not get to activate those force for those locations. And then, of course, they have to have a spy if they want to deploy directly to those locations. So you're going to remove 2 force from your opponent, and that's a big theme with this deck, is hurting their force generation severely, and it can be severe. So get the nudges out. We've got a bunch of other locations in here. These are all going to be 2-0 locations. So they give light side 2 force, give dark side 0 force. Again, the resource generation here, the force generation, is a big thing that this deck messes with. You're trying to get yourself a lot of force, and you're trying to deny your opponent from generating much force. So we got a lot of these 2-0 sites. We got the Massassi headquarters, we got Rendezvous Point, the Dagobah Yoda's Hut. I got 2 Yavin 4 Massassi Throne Rooms in here. I might want to play just one of those and play 2 of the Hoth Echo Command War Rooms instead, because force drain -1 if they do get a spy down there or something. Runes. Chief Service Hut. Okay. So, you want to get those locations. If you're hoping that you get at least one of those tool locations in your starting hand, that'll help your force generation, great. If you get two of these tool locations in your starting hand, I mean, it's really hard to get beat. It's really hard to be beat if you get two of those locations, because it gets your force generation going so good. So anyway, characters. Luke with lightsaber. We got 3 of them. A lot of what you're going to be doing is you're going to be playing down Luke with lightsaber and Obi-Wan with lightsaber at the right moments to maybe clear a sight. 3 Obi-Wan with lightsabers, 2 Han with heavy blaster pistol, 2 Leia with blaster pistol. Not, I could definitely play 3 Leias. It's not out of the question. We got Ori Marku, he's just got some good stuff here. If you win a battle against an Imperial, the opponent must lose 2 force, and then he's immune to some attrition. Okay, so we got some aliens. We got Taos, who is pretty good all on his own. Ability 4, and he's an alien. The alien thing, it's good to have a few aliens in here because there's a lot in this format. There is going to be a lot of hate against rebels. There's going to be things like Bad Feeling Have I, which makes Luke, Leia, most of the main characters deploy +2. There's Realty Operations that makes rebels deploy extra. There's a card for the audience chamber that makes rebels deploy extra. So there's a lot of cards that you're gonna see that are gonna make gonna make rebels deploy for extra amounts. So it's good to have some of these aliens in here that like ability 4 in particular. But anyway, so we got Taos, Milos. He can be okay on the ground. Of course, he's really good piloting. So I've got 2 spies in here. In case you want to get to a site, you might want to overwhelm somebody really bad at a site if they're kind of sleeping. So I've got a couple spies in here that'll let you get to those sites where people think they're safe. I got 1 Momau and then 1 Drone. And Drone's got a neat ability where if he's with a rebel leader, he subtracts 1 from opponent's total battle destiny. Really, the only rebel leaders I've got in here are Leia. But anyway, got a couple signals to go get some effects. There are some really good effects in here. Okay, so here is the other big part of this deck. So Revolution. Again, the theme of trying to take force away from your opponent. It is not out of the question. If you're playing a lot of Revolutions, like I've got 5 in this deck, in my version here, you get a Revolution on the first turn, and Revolution, their starting location, and you're pretty much already won the game right there. So anyway, 5 Revolutions really causes people headaches. You have to play, Dark Side is going to have to play cards that do things against Revolution. Got Guni Te. Opponent's characters, all characters with ability greater than 2 are deploy +2. So again, you can see we got a little theme going here. Opponent's going to be wanting to have all the force they can, and they're not going to have much force probably. Battle plan, draw their fire, really good. This is a neat effect that I think you're going to see. Deploying opponent's side of the table, opponent's pilots, except for Vader, present at sites, may not use ability to draw battle destiny. This is kind of a sneaky little effect that you will probably see it through at some point in this tournament or in this league. I really like it a lot. Okay, so you get the Revolution out. You are up, 12 force. You're generating 12 force. They're generating 5 force. Let's say this is not going to be uncommon. You got your senses in here to back up your Revolution. In case they try and play Alter, or in case they try to play Vader to get rid of your Revolutions. You got senses in here, cancel and interrupt. Also good against all kinds of, interrupts that might be a headache. Couple Alters in here to get rid of those pesky, get rid of some pesky effects, or if your opponent's playing some sense, to cancel their senses. And then we've got some of these cards, these interrupts that, so I know... one of the great things that it does is if Leia and Han are in a battle together, you add 2 battle destiny. Yeah, don't get cocky. If Luke and Han are in a battle together, add 2 battle destiny. Skywalkers, if Luke and Leia are in a battle, add 2 destiny. Or it also cancels an Imperial barrier. So that can come in handy. I got 2 Gift of the Mentor in here. I don't play lightsabers, so this is really just in here for the, if Luke and Obi-Wan are in a battle together, add 2 destiny. To give you a little bit of an example, I played the other day, and I drew 7 destiny, I think, against a guy. And it's one of those things where it may look to your opponent like the game is going pretty well for them sometime, possibly. And then you save up some force or something, and you play Luke, Obi, Han, and maybe Leia also, maybe all 4 of them together at a site, and draw 7 battle destiny. And if they don't have Gook, it's probably gonna be a blowout, and that may just end the game. Sometimes you'll get into a battle like that, and that'll pretty much that'll just end the game right there. Clash of Sabers. This is a sneaky one too, to blow people out. To force to target a character present with your war with a lightsaber. Target cannot move or battle until end of your next turn. Really good card. People have Vader and Tarkin together. Clash Vader, and then Luke and Obi, say, for example, versus just Tarkin. That's a real problem for your opponent. Couple of Grimtosh. People do like to draw up cards sometimes, where they like to draw up to like 15 cards, 18 cards. Grimtosh will definitely punish them for that. Got Enabram Leads to move things around, move guys around if you need to. This one card I don't have in real life, but Smokescreen makes, if you're about to draw Battle Destiny, you can draw instead of drawing Battle Destiny, you replace the destiny with a number equal to the ability of your highest ability character in the battle. So yeah, if you got Obi or Luke in there, you can, instead of drawing destiny, you just get a 5 or 6 for destiny instead. And then just a few things for space. We've got a Spiral, because it deploys -3 as a react, so it only plays for 2 of a react. Tantive 4 and Millennium Falcon. And then, because this is premiere to Endor, there's a lot of good starships in Death Star 2, but there's not a lot of great starships because before Death Star 2, it's kind of crazy, really. All right, so here's some dark side cards that you're probably going to want to play, that are probably you're going to be in dark, you're going to want to have in dark side decks. You'll probably see. So Masterful Move lets you go get a Djarik. So Gook. Again, Gook may save you if you're playing against Throne Room mains, and they drop down a couple of these interrupts, and they're drawing 5 or 6 destiny on one turn. You're going to want to have a Gook handy. So Masterful Move, that'll help you go get a Gook. You probably want to play, for sure, whatever deck you're playing, you need to play these 2 cards in it. We got a Vader. A Vader cancels all revolutions in play. Probably going to want to play 2 to 3 Evaders in all your dark side decks. I think, everybody needs to play 2 to 3 Evaders in your dark side deck. Bad Feeling Have I. Luke, Leia, Han, Chewie, Lando, Yoda, and Obi-Wan are deploy +2. There may be some decks using this to start the game with their starting interrupt with Twi'lek Advisor, just to get this out to make it harder for people to play multiple of those main characters on one turn. Raltier Operations. This is probably going to be a popular objective for Darkside because Raltier locations, each rebel is deploy +2. So Raltier Operations is very much kind of an anti-Throne Rooms deck. So expect to see some of that for Darkside. And then Hunt Down. Hunt Down is just really strong. Vader versus Obi-Wan and Luke. We'll Hunt Down. Yeah, Hunt Down is just a strong deck in this format. I'm assuming we'll see some Hunt Down decks. So yeah, looking forward to the event, and good luck, everybody.